Special edition, Flash and Cash. We are actually here in Rosemont at Exxxotica. Our first guest of the weekend is going to be Snow. What's your IG again?
Hi, my name is Snow. IG is Snow Noir. There's a couple X's in there, and there's a Noir in there. But we'll add it later.
Yeah, I'll put it on the bottom.
Okay,
I got you.
Sounds good.
This is the first episode, though. I've actually only had one guest. Normally, I always have two guests, but because this weekend we're trying to shoot through random stuff, when I have a couple episodes with one guest, two guests, it's going to be a pretty good weekend. I'm excited. Yeah, so glad to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know, it's been so long.
I think I shot with you, almost 3 years ago?
Back when I was still dancing, yeah.
Like 3 years ago. It was you and Jess. Mm-hmm. Which still, I'm not going to lie, that neon shot was probably one of my favorite.
Really good.
Yeah. The you on top of her, that was money. For sure.
Yeah.
No. So since then, you've been so you are a OF girl.
Yeah.
You dance sometimes. You haven't been dancing for a while, but you kind of want to get back into it.
I kind of want to get into it because I'm bored. I genuinely just sit at home and sell content all day when it's just fine. It makes the money. It pays the bills. But now I'm like, I kind of want to get out there, make extra cash, and just do extra things and keep building because OnlyFans is an investment. So I do have to keep on buying outfits, booking trips, and things like that.
Yeah, well, make them buy your outfits. That's how it's supposed to go. You say, well, you can't do the wish list now.
I know they took that from us.
Did you hear what happened?
They exposed our addresses now,
Yeah.
right? That's so shitty.
I did a reel, only had like 6,000 views. I'm a little disappointed by it, but I did a reel about that right before it came out. But yes, it does the Amazon now exposes addresses to the third party. Now, majority of the time it will not show, but the problem is with the third party with the tracking, if they send that to the person who sent that, then they can see the tracking and then they can start seeing
Your
actual address
address.
and things like that. So
not safe.
Yeah. So some people are like, oh, it's not true. It's just the company can see your address. Like, no, because of tracking, they're giving that tracking on to the next person, and the next person who bought it, they can start seeing your address. So that's where the problem lies.
Imagine one of your fans just coming to your house. Like, maybe it might be with good intentions, but you're going to feel so uncomfortable. So.
Oh, no, I have a good friend that actually had that happen out of Instagram. That's why she doesn't use her real name anymore.
Yeah.
Back in the day when she first started modeling, she used a real name. She was a medical professional, and somebody looked up her name, found her address, found everything, and showed up at her house. And ever since then, she doesn't, which is super smart, she doesn't post anything where she's at the time. So she actually came to one of my photo shoots in Thailand, and she didn't show anything until after she came back because she didn't want people to know that she was gone until after the fact. And I tell girls that all the time. I'm like, never give real world, especially, OF girls, when you guys are around town, never give yourself any real world stories because you're giving them a map of where you are.
Literally. Too much information.
Yeah. So many girls are like, oh my God, this is the appetizer. Well, that means you're going to be there for another 30, 40 minutes. You just now told them where you're going to be for the next 40 minutes of your life. If somebody's watching and you do got that crazy guy, he can show up. So yeah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a crazy stalker issue or?
I would say, yeah, I did have a photographer book me that was actually a fan. He maybe bought like $2,000 worth of content in a 3-month span. Then he booked me for a photo shoot, and he ended up just saying everything that it was like, you had to have bought my content. And then he tells me he is one of my biggest fans, and he actually wants to hook up, and this is actually not a photo shoot. The photos are nice, but he would prefer to make a video with me. And I was like, dude, okay. Survival 101. Now I got to get out of this situation without this actually happening because this is not what I signed up for. So yeah, I would say a fan turned photographer.
Wow.
Was the worst.
Was he a good photographer or no?
The pictures were amazing. I wish I could have them.
Oh,
Yeah.
He didn't give it to you?
He did not give them to me.
That's how it works. If you don't sleep with the photographer, you don't get the pictures. Duh.
It's not fair though.
If they paid you and you didn't sleep with them, you ain't ever see those photos.
I will never see them, but they were cute for sure.
No, I know, and I tell girls that all the time. I'm like, that's what you gotta worry. That's why make sure you get your money because if they're paying you, as soon as you don't sleep with them, those photos are going to the garbage.
And then I'm like, good intentions. I feel like people should have the same good intentions that I have for them. This was not the case, and it's like I was so scared of him. Just like he scared me, he turned me off. Yeah. I didn't even want to text him and ask for the pictures. Let's be for real. But he never reached out and gave me a link or anything like that. I think he kind of just knew better. But yeah, it sucks. I really would have liked to have those pictures. But
yeah, and unfortunately, it does happen in the industry a lot. Definitely not cool.
We'll cancel him. We'll blacklist him.
So he told you straight up, or no, he never told you he spent $2,000, or did he tell you that?
He said, I spent all this money on you. I spent a couple thousand to get you here, whatever. I feel like he exaggerated it because he booked he did book a penthouse. He did book a flight. He did pick me up, all those things. But those were things we discussed ahead of time. Like, this is my requirement. I don't live in Indiana. So it was like an Indiana thing. So I get there, picks me up in a really nice car. We got food. Everything was fine. We get to the Airbnb. The shoot went great. Like, I didn't feel super weird. Maybe here and there he was like, oh, you're not sticking your butt out like you usually do. Like, saying little things here and there that was like starting to make me uncomfortable.
So you were putting the pieces together as it was going on.
Yeah. So then we finished shooting and he's like, no, like, I don't like these. I want a video with you. I said, okay, so let's do a BTS. He's like, no, like, I want to, like, what you do, like with these other people. I was like, oh, no, we didn't book that. So, we can wrap this up right now. Like, do you want me to go get my own hotel? Like, this is kind of getting a little weird. He grabbed my suitcase, threw it across the room, and was crashing out because I told him we weren't going to fuck. But we're in this, we never discussed. So
were you at a hotel or a studio?
We were at a penthouse. He booked a penthouse. It was really big. So we had multiple rooms we were shooting with. He waited till the end of the shoot to like show me his true colors, and he made me feel so uncomfortable. But sure enough, after he threw the suitcase and he realized it wasn't going to happen, he calmed down and he was apologizing and he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is not me.
Now, did you stay in the room overnight?
I did, unfortunately.
Did he stay there too? Or?
He did, but he was just like on the couch awkwardly, like, you could tell he was
pissy the rest of the day.
Pissy the rest of the time. And like, I slept with one eye open the whole night because I'm like, I don't even know why I put myself in this situation. I didn't need the pictures that bad, but I paid me. So I was like, whatever, it's money. Let's keep the money going.
So you were a dancer for a while. I always love to hear the dancer stories for sure. So most money you've seen spent or made at the club, and how'd that go down?
Okay, so we did have this one guy once, very unfortunate story, but he lost both of his parents in like an accident, and he got like $1 million life insurance policy. He came in the club, and he should have never told the girls that that's what he had, because after that, he just kind of became a target, not to myself, but he spent at least $7,000 in one night on each girl, champagne rooms. I get kicked out of the champagne room last minute because I say, hey guys, his parents just passed away. Like, he just got this big ass life insurance policy. Let's not run him dry. Sure enough, my next bathroom break, I was kicked out. I could no longer come back to the room because why would you say that? They want to drain him. But yeah, that was the most amount of money I saw spent. He spent it all.
You basically missed out on money because you had morals.
I missed out on my money because I had morals, but I did make $7,000 off this guy in one night.
That's rough. And he kept coming back?
He kept coming back. He spent it all. They ran him dry, and I remember catching him on the day that they ran him dry. And he was at the bar, like, crying. And I was like, oh, my God, are you okay? And he's like, they ran me dry. They took everything. I'm like, I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, not going to lie. It's kind of on you for not seeing that coming. Like,
naive a little bit, but, like, also he was so vulnerable, and I knew it, and my humanity activated. And I was like, he's so vulnerable right now. His parents just passed away.
Yeah.
But
no, that's rough. And I mean, and that's the thing. And unfortunately, that's the nature of the industry, though. Is like, there's hustlers and there's ones that have zero conscience behind it.
Don't care. They're like, we're feeding our families. We're paying for this. They don't care. But
yeah, they made their 6 months salary in the matter of like 3 days of just milking this dude. And yeah,
they did. And then they didn't care about him after. That's what I was worried about. I'm like, nobody's gonna like check on him after the money's gone.
No, like, because at that point you never like, a week is not enough time to develop any kind of relationship whatsoever. So it wasn't like this guy was coming in like once, twice a month and spending a lot of money when he comes in here. He literally went back to back
until he was drained.
Yeah, and it was like, and thank you, you're useless going forward. Like, he could have dragged that out for years, and these girls would have been texting him, calling him, pretending to be his friend, and he didn't even get the fake friendship out of it. Like, no, you literally you blew your load in 1 week, and then it's like, and you're done.
And you're done, and now you have no friends.
That's a little rough. And again, that's just the nature of the game, and it's unfortunate, but you gotta, it's like those those reels and those TikToks where the guys joke around where it's like, yeah, she really liked me. Yeah, these guys, I mean, if you're good at your job, yes, they think that you like them, but that's what they're paying for. They're paying for, that opportunity to feel like somebody cares and someone loves. And that's why there are a lot of I know a lot of girls that have regulars that are the old guy who just wants to talk because he just wants a connection of something. Like he understands he's paying for it, but even that fake connection fills a little hole in his heart.
By that they've accepted that that's probably the only real connection they're going to get, because women are, even if they are in it for the money, they're not that attractive. They want to come in and they want to get exactly what they want that girl to look like. So they're okay to pay for it. Whereas like you go out in public, you go on like a date, it might not be so exciting, but in the strip club, it's like, this is so low maintenance. This is like detachment. As soon as I leave, I don't have to talk to this person.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, speaking of which, then, obviously you've been in this industry for a minute. Are you single or?
Okay, so I am single. I say this all the time, but I always have somebody that wants to convince me to be in a relationship, like everywhere I look. So I say I'm single until I go off to the highest bidder. It sounds so bad. And I don't mean money. I mean like emotionally, what can we do together? Things like that. So yes, I'm single. There are some people who believe they're in a relationship with me, but they are not.
Well, yeah. What I was going to ask, because obviously, doing content, and if you're doing mostly OF, you're obviously doing a lot of boy girl, girl, things like that. I was going to ask, like, do you find it hard to be with somebody when you're doing that? Or
Yeah. So the guys I've been with are content creators. Like, as of recently, I do have one person that is not a content creator that would want to be together, but I always tell him we don't do the same thing. So would you at least record? Will you show up and like be supportive? Whatever. He's actually a cook.
Okay.
The guy that like wants to be together, he doesn't care. He makes me send him my videos. He'll be like, "Oh, you just did a video? Send it to me." And I'm just sitting there sweating by the phone like, "I don't want to send this to you." But I'll send it to him and he'll be like, "You look really good." And I'm like, "Okay."
I mean, if he's not going to be a creator, yeah, cuck would be definitely the only way that would work.
I need a cuck or a creator.
Yeah, because no normal person is just okay with the girl going off and doing their thing. At least another creator. Most creators know how to separate that. Oh no, like I understand personally, I can do this, and this, and be okay, and know that there's no emotional attachment. Mm-hmm. So now I can believe that she can do this, and this, and have no emotional attachment. Mm-hmm. If you're a regular person and she's not, or vice versa, it's hard for them to fathom that there is a way to be like that, where it's like, no, that ended as soon as that camera turned off.
Yes, like we're out, we put the clothes on and it's done. But unfortunately, okay, so one thing about the people that I've worked with, I have maybe one or two of them that are super professional, and it was just professional. All the other ones, it's like right after the shoot, they're like, "So do you want to be together?" And I'm like, "Why? For what?" Because a lot of people see me as their muse. Like they see that I like women, so they're like, "Okay, let's do threesomes or let's do things like that." But what a lot of content creators are just like big ass kids. They didn't learn social skills. They didn't learn like the basics of life before they jumped into porn. They just think, okay, I'm attractive. I've got the penis, the coochie for it, whatever. And they're jumping in. There's no problem resolution skills. There's no like consideration for other human life. There's a huge ego involved. Like I'm a porn star and I do this and I can do whatever I want. No, if you're looking for a muse, we gotta, come together. So it's kind of what I've experienced.
Yeah, I mean, and that can be rough. I can see, like I said, anything that deals with the industry, I just, my favorite phrase to a lot of people is everybody wants to date a stripper until they date a stripper. And it's like these guys, they get into it and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you're a stripper. It's hot. You're a whore." And then they want to date you and they're like, "You got to stop doing that. You can't be doing that. You're a whore."
Like you were doing that at work earlier. Don't fucking remind me. I'm here to do it with you. But like, better because it's like real human contact,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's, like I said, that's my favorite phrase. Everybody wants to date a stripper until they date a stripper. Because I said, in thought, it's
sounded good.
Yeah, it sounds good to have somebody who's hot and sexy and sexual, but then it's like, but they're hot and sexy and sexual with every single person they meet at work every single day. How do you know that you're different than
you love them?
Yeah.
I will say, I have tried to have a regular boyfriend while still doing it, and I prefer sex with a regular person sometimes because it's like you can actually get passionate, you can actually get to know them, right? But it's like porn is like, God, you got to remember that this is somebody that you don't know. Like you know them from like, texting and contact and whatever internet, but you have to remember at the end of the day, like yeah, you might have just made me squirt. But after this, we're not going to be like this. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, and sometimes I know a lot of people like, people in the industry have said this many times where it's like, it's totally different when you have the cameras rolling and, obviously, even if, there's girls, I know a girl I used to shoot that, her and her boyfriend used to make content and she used to get mad because he always, like, after they started doing content together, he always wanted the cameras. And then she's like, can we just have sex without it
without
once?
the camera.
And when they did that, she wasn't nearly as loud and things like that. He's like, oh, do you not like this? She goes, no. She goes, that's me faking it. Like, that's me doing it for the cameras. I want to enjoy this and not have to put on a show and just enjoy being with you. And they ended up breaking up because he never knew how to separate that and knew how to go back to just being like, no, can we just have a moment for us and you enjoy it your way, whatever, with not realizing the majority of the time they were going together, the things that he liked were all a show. She wasn't that loud. She wasn't that into some of the stuff. She was doing it simply because
it's fake. It's exaggerated.
Yeah, and they weren't able to do that.
Poor guy, he didn't make it.
So content-wise, you obviously do a lot of boy-girl. You do a lot of girl-girl.
I do more girl-girl than I do boy-girl, just because of the kind of awkward things that the boys have put me through. But, yeah.
Okay, well, then obviously you do toys and things like that. So
yes, I do solo content. I like my solos. I do have, like, a machine at home that I use.
Is that your favorite, the machine?
My favorite is the machine, yes. It's called a fuck machine. You literally attach, you screw it in, but you attach like a dildo to it, and then like you press the power button, and it literally just, whatever position you want to do, if you want to ride it and do like a riding position, you could do that. If you want to do like a missionary, you can do missionary with yourself.
And what's your favorite?
I mean, okay, so I actually had requests via my fans to get some BWC because I don't know why, but for some reason I cannot get a BWC to shoot with me.
You can't find one white guy that wants.
Almost like in real life, I've had white boyfriends, okay? But it's like for porn, they see me with a BBC and they're like, it's almost like immediate intimidation, or they're giving me an attitude because in their mind they're already like thinking in their head like I'm used to a certain thing and that's what I'm gonna want. No, I actually, I want to branch out. I want different. I want all colors. If we're gonna be fucking for real, in my real life I've dated all colors. Yeah. So, but like what I'm always getting is the BBC. But it's like I've had 2 bookings with BWC. Doesn't work out. Either it's an attitude or like, I don't know.
They give you attitude or?
Give me an attitude. They sabotage it. They act insecure. And I'm like, it's just not fair because like it would be really good content. Despite what you see on my page, it would be really good content. So now my fuck machine has BWC. I ordered, white dildos for the fuck machine because that's the only BWC I have for you. I have it, but it's a fuck machine.
That's crazy. So you want BWC, just can't get BWC.
I'm waiting. Yeah.
Well, everybody who's watching it, you're gonna get hit up tomorrow. You're gonna see all these white guys be like, "Yes, sign me up." Blah blah blah.
I think I have maybe like Nate Nasty on my Instagram, but he's never reached out. So it's like maybe he'll see this and maybe he'll reach out.
You need to hit what is that, Flash Mechanic or Girth Master?
I heard bad things about Flash Mechanic.
I've heard all good things about Flash Mechanic.
Really? Maybe?
Yes.
Really, I saw something on Twitter. I won't feed too much into it, but I saw something on Twitter. Girth Master, I wouldn't mind. I've seen some of his scenes. They're pretty cool.
No, I've heard. I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm not into it all that much. But the people that I've shot that have worked with him have said nothing but good things about him.
Okay, that's good.
So I've heard he's got a good personality. He's fun, and actually some big names. A good one that I know is very complimentary of him is Sophia Locke. She's been around for a while. She's got a big following. She's super busy in the industry, but she had nothing but good things to say about him. So I think.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah,
okay,
and I think and that's the thing with Twitter and all that kind of stuff too. Though I mean,
you could really say anything about anybody on there.
I'm sorry, and this is going to be a controversial comment, but every guy in the industry is always going to have accusations of some sort. And I'm not trying to say that it didn't happen in any way, shape, or form. I'm not saying that people don't have bad experiences, things like that. But personally, I know for a fact that I've had girls that if they didn't get what they wanted,
They
that is the
sabotage.
fucking that is the trump card of trump cards.
They made up some story,
Yes.
sabotage. Don't work with
All
this
of-
person
yes.
because of this.
I
Yeah.
had a girl that she was asking for a free shoot because blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go into a long story, but she kept asking. I'm like, no, 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 no. After 3 full days of her begging, she's like, well, you're weird and inappropriate and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bitch.
Now I'm weird and now I'm
I'm
inappropriate.
like, block, across the board. You don't exist in my fucking world because as soon as you fucking, because I'm like, I got the receipts. I have 3 days of you texting me, begging to shoot with me alone. But as soon as you found out that it wasn't gonna happen and I wasn't gonna give you that free fucking bullshit, all of a sudden now I'm weird. Fuck you. Go screw yourself. Like, nah, nope.
Yeah, I agree.
And that fucking happened. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen. And again, you just had a conversation that you already had a bad situation with a photog. I know bad situations happen all the goddamn time. I'm not saying it doesn't. It does for sure. It's a problem in the industry. Absolutely, I will never degrade that. But I have seen the flip side where I have seen girls that use that trump card on industry people as soon as they don't get what they want. Ooh,
I'm screwing your reputation.
yeah.
Horror story. So I just had a collab in Texas, and this guy, he's got like 150K followers, whatever. I thought he was handsome. I don't know, like from our phone calls, he was a little bit like too savage for me. He was very like aggressive, like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, whatever. He gets to my Airbnb, sabotaged the entire thing. Like, he said he wanted to be in a relationship. I said, let's slow down. I just met you. Let's do a threesome with your friends. Slow down. I just met you. Like, let's slow down. Let's put that in the queue. Maybe if this ends up well, we can put those things in the queue. We didn't end up putting those things in the queue. We shot maybe like 2 videos. Later on, he went to a nightclub and he was showing everybody our sex tapes. People that already know me, right? He's showing them our sex tapes and he's like, don't shoot with this girl. She looks like an old fucking lady. She's ugly. She was unprofessional. Like saying things about me that were not true because he didn't get what he wanted. And then the guy that saw the video at the club in Texas calls me and goes, hey, I saw your sex tapes and you look really fucking good. But this guy was trolling you. Like, what happened? I'm like, he wanted to be together. And I said no. So just because I said no, he didn't get what he wanted. After that, he was trying to ruin my reputation with other people. But I already have a good reputation. So those other people were like,
and that's the thing that matters is that, one, yes, it can happen both ways. There's guys that are vindictive and little bitches as well as girls. So it's not a one way street on that in any way, shape, or form. Because I do know photographers that cry about. I've seen photographers actually cry about models and all that. Oh, she was unprofessional. It's like, yeah,
you just didn't get what you wanted.
I'm like, you were asking for shit. There was one. I'm not gonna put it in detail because I don't want people to connect the dots. There was one that I know the model, and she shot with this dude, and she said it was okay. Obviously he got into more risque stuff. And then after the one, he reached back out to her. He's like, oh, we should do this and do that. And he's sending her full nude shots of like girls with crotch open, blah blah blah. And she's like, yeah, I don't shoot that.
I'd be scared.
And she goes, I don't shoot that. And she called me and another photographer friend. She goes, is this normal? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. I'm like, for a fact is you don't sell content. He doesn't sell content. So those shots, one, aren't even artistic. I'm like, those are 100% for him and for his, spank bank. So no, that's not good. And yeah, you're right to say no. So she told him flat out no, blah, blah, blah. He took her off his page. He deleted her gallery.
He deleted everything.
Yeah, he was like, basically she never existed. As soon as he didn't get what he wanted, he was
So
like, bitch didn't exist. And the shots that he had of her were really good. But like I said, as soon as he did, yeah. So in this industry, there's a lot of, unfortunately, because it does fuck with people's reputations. If you do not, I'm lucky to have obviously multiple pages, and I have so many people I've worked in the past that will vouch for me and how I do stuff. And it's like you're saying the same thing, where it's like, yeah, if you don't have that backing though, it only takes one. If you're new, you have to be on your P's and Q's, because if you're just starting and you have that one crazy, done.
So he's newer. I said 150K, but I noticed a lot is like he will post girls and then he will delete them because he doesn't get along with them. So like whenever he has a disagreement with them, it's like very conditional. Like, okay, I'm going to take the content off the page and you're not going to get the followers. Okay, that's fine because I have my own followers, but I don't do collabs for you to just keep the video on your phone. I want the mutual post. I want the mutual share, and I would appreciate that.
Well,
so.
I mean, that's one of those things you got to get into contracts because then you can start suing for real money.
I needed to get him to sign something, but I didn't.
I know, but you got to get on the contracts and on that kind of stuff because that's the only thing that saves you from that. Because it is, they use that as a oh look at me, I'm big. But when you have people like that and they have multiple issues, that's when you start going. Yeah, so maybe you're the problem. Like the common denominator, like especially I get depending on how big you are, like 4, 5, 6. Okay, well if you've worked with 700, 800 and you got 5, okay, I'm gonna probably I doubt it. But if you're, but the problem is when you're starting, if you have 50 and you got 10, that's probably a flag, like that's you probably did some motherfucker.
Yeah, and then like also another red flag when I do collabs is if they start talking shit about their other collabs right away.
Yeah,
I need to learn that that's a red flag because, again, they might just have not gotten what they wanted, and now there's this horror story that's not even real. I've heard so many. I've heard, oh, this girl, she had a mental breakdown on set, and I had to kick her out of the hotel. That was not the case. She had a mental breakdown on set because he was emotionally abused and verbally abusing her, and she ended up leaving the hotel. He never kicked her out. She voluntarily left. But they'll tell you things like that to make themselves seem like some type of martyr.
Yeah.
Some type of, oh, well, I've had people
I'm the
treat me
victim.
wrong.
I'm the victim.
Yeah. No. Telltale signs. It's going to be a crazy collab. It might not go how you expected as if they talk shit about their other collabs. If they're centered on, okay, contract is this. I need these scenes. I'm going to give you these scenes. It goes well.
Yeah. If you come in and they treat it like a business, then they're probably fine. If they come in and they go right into gossip and drama, blah, 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 that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could give you a list, but I won't.
I have hands down the biggest variety of any photographer in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. It's very fair.
Yeah. Like, that's not even a dick move or that's not an ego thing. I literally, if you go through if just my fucking Paraday Fitness and Eye Candy, I shoot the most fucking people. I have the most new faces. I bring in the most talent. Like, I don't shoot the same fucking 4 girls over and over and over again. Like, yeah. I'm always finding the next fucking new person, and they reach out to me, whether it's because I work with them in the club or whatever. Like, I show diversity, and that's a signal to you. Not only do I shoot my regulars a lot, but I'm always getting new fucking people too. So I'm always fucking busy with new people. My regulars come back because I'm good. That's a signal.
That's good. Yeah, that's the one thing I will say about photographers. There's no diversity. A lot of the times it's only like one type. But I mean, you'll see it here and there where there are different types of girls shooting with them. But yeah, your page is super diverse.
Yeah, I try to make sure that all my pages are diverse. Like I said, I'll do the goth, but I'll do like, I shot one of my favorite models I just shot with, Mallory. She's phenomenal. I shot with her in Cancun and Tulum.
Ooh.
She's fucking gorgeous, like absolutely drop dead. But her and Gloria and but then like I said, then I have like the Nikitas and the Talias that are super, super goth with all the tattoos, tattoo Barbie. She used to work at High Heels and things like that. She was like Miss Juggalo 2 years ago. So like she has like the full tats on her whole body. Like I love different looks.
Unique,
Yeah, I love finding new looks. I love finding different things to shoot. And it's, like I even do I'll do headshots I work with corporate companies. I'll do headshots and things like that. I like doing different things because it makes things interesting because I have to treat certain subjects differently. So I'm not going to light a headshot the same thing I light you, and I'm going to light a fitness girl a different way than I light than a glam girl. So I'm always, it keeps it interesting to me to always have that diversity.
Yeah.
But and that's why I just have the different pages because I separate my brands.
I was like, who's Eye Candy 4K? And I was like, I think briefly I seen you do like a black tape runway, right?
Yeah, the black tape party.
Oh my God, I wanted to be there so bad. And then I was like, who's running this? And I dabbled, and I think you did tag Paraday. Yeah. Right? A little bit, but I didn't know that you were Eye Candy as well. So that's cool that you did separate.
Yeah, because the thing about it is that on the Eye Candy side, on the other side, the fitness side, I can't have Miss Olympia next to super porn star. They don't want their brands mixing.
Yeah.
And the same reason why I have a separate page for my normal photography. So I'll do sports photos and all that kind of stuff, or headshots or maternity shoots. Nobody wants me shooting their kid when they see me shoot a porn star.
Yeah, that's real.
And so I have to separate those brands. That's why my main brand has my name, which is obviously Paraday Photo. Then my eye candy page is eye candy, and then my other page is F22. I don't use my name because when you put in Paraday, I don't want all three of those pages coming up.
Yeah, that's real.
I want to separate them.
Okay.
So I create different pages, different websites, different everything because they're different genres. All you need to know is, can I shoot the photos you need me to do it well?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all you need to know.
But you are considerate of that judgment, that prejudgment, because once somebody does go on your page, oh my God, he shot a porn star, we're out of here, But no, like, it's still good work. Stay here.
So I owned a cheerleading gym for 15 years. I was a cheerleading coach. And one of the cheerleading gyms hired me to do their team photos. And I came in, blah, blah, blah. Photos were going good. One parent did go up to the owner and was like, did you go to his main page? And this is Paraday Photo. She goes, you go to he shoots girls in bikinis and this and that. She goes,
and so what?
And she goes, he's really good though, isn't he? Mm-hmm. And they go, well, and she goes, exactly. And she goes, he's a gym owner for 15 years. Like, he's been well known in the industry. He's greenlit. Everybody knows him. Like, he's been doing this without a problem for 15 years. Mm-hmm. Just because he photos girls in a bikini, why is that a problem now? And they're
weird.
like, oh.
They were looking for a problem.
So as soon as they found out that I was a former gym owner, they let it go. But they were going to jump to that conclusion right away. And I'm like, this is why I separate my brands.
That's why you got your pages. That's so smart.
You have to. Because people are judgmental as shit. Like, like you said, guys, photographers right away.
They think it's automatic. Like, even for the shoot I have tomorrow, I had to be very specific. This is pictures and a reel, maybe, if that, right? Oh yeah, this is no funny business. Okay, cool. Now I have to have more boundaries, because I was naive to the fact that people assumed that that's what this was going to be just because of what I do. But now that I am labeled as a content creator, they're all going to.
Well, and we've talked about this on past with other guests, is that there is the assumption that because you're a content creator, you will fuck anyone. Anywhere, anyhow, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. I just want to have sex all day.
You just like dick. That's why you do what you do. That's it. Like that.
Dick is nice, but I love coochie too.
No, but you just love dick. It don't matter who it's attached to.
No.
As long as you got one, of course. Yeah, why not you?
I want a nice soul. Like, I observe these people. Like, even when they do hit me up, I observe them. I'm like, how do they treat other women? Like, versus whatever. Like, what are their statuses like? What are their captions like? Like, what do you act like? And from there, you can kind of tell if you want to shoot with them or not. But yeah, you gotta have some discernment for sure, because I'm getting my suitcase thrown across the room because I don't want to do a sex tape with a photographer. It's crazy.
Yeah, that one's a kind of a scary one. I'll definitely.
We'll blacklist him later.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, that's a little bit. That's asking for a little bit much, But yeah, no, I mean, that's a scary part of the industry, and that's the thing is that I've definitely talked about that before. It's like, it is it's definitely a problem, is that you guys get viewed as a certain way because of your online personas.
Literally.
And just because, like you said, you have a lot of content with big black dick, so the white guys think you only like big black dick.
They're all assuming they can have sex now because I have BBC on my page. And I'm like, no, not all BBCs are welcome. I need you to have a nice face and a nice personality. Don't assume.
Well, and now all these white guys are learning it. You've been dying for some white dick.
I've been dying.
You've been dying for some white dick. You just haven't been able to find it. So
I'm having withdrawals. I need BWC.
Let's find you a big white dick. All right. Tune in, follow.
That's gonna be so funny to post as a clip.
Find her a big white dick.
I need BWC.
And if they don't know what that means, they probably don't got one. Bex, are you saying clock it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my old age. I've never heard clock it so much within the last 6 months. I have a couple of friends that do that shit all the time, and I did it, and my daughter was like, yeah, I just clock it. And I was like, oh, I'm old. I'm like, all these young models get it, and my daughter knows it. Like, I'm just fucking old.
There's certain things people still say that still get me, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but okay. But we're trying our best. We got to keep up with the times.
Yeah. I won't ask your age. I'm old, though. I'm over 40, so.
I'm 31.
Oh, you fine. You still got time.
Mm-hmm. I want to be out of this. So I want to be done doing porn by 33. I want to invest into real estate. I want to go back to school because I actually have my bachelor's degree in social work. I used to be a therapist. This is insane. But I want to turn it into plastic surgery nursing. But like real estate hand in hand. I don't want to do this at all anymore in like 2 years. But I want to do it. Now that I am doing it, I want to do it to the best of my ability. I always say, like, no matter what I do, I want to do it as best as I can. And I'm proud.
Okay, so good segue into investing. what steps are you taking right now to get to that goal?
Well, right now I'm just kind of like briefly studying. I have a friend who's a realtor, and I go to Texas to visit her sometimes, and she like kind of takes us through the whole process. And I just watching her do it, I thoroughly enjoy. So definitely steps to take. You do have to save because now I'm gonna be back paying student loans soon. Um, yeah. So steps is just like keeping your mind on the prize because it's easy to get caught up in like you make a couple thousand, you're like, okay, vacation, new shoes, go buy yourself some hair, go buy yourself some makeup. What did you do with the other money?
That is stripper content creator 101.
It's fucked up.
They get those big wads of money, and all of a sudden it is spend it versus
I went to the
save it.
Bahamas instead of putting it in my savings, if I'm gonna be quite honest with you. So now I'm starting over, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
and that's exactly what happens. You guys get to zero a lot. I do money management for some girls, and that's the thing is like the goal is you need to have like X amount.
Excess.
So let's say you always have to have 15,000 in your account at all times. That is not counting your payroll that you're paying yourself or whatever. That is a minimum of 15,000 in your LLC at all times. Now, anything past that, every 5 to 10 over that needs to be going into a Roth IRA. It needs to be going, and you could do I think $6,000 a year. A Roth RIA, any mutual fund, mutual funds, even just high yield savings accounts and things like that, because it's going to take you 2 years of having an LLC to be able to use towards your taxes to buy a mortgage and to buy a property. So for those first 2 years, you should be banking that. But every time you have $5,000 to $10,000 extra, should be into something. Because if you have $10,000 today and you save it for a year, it's only $10,000. If you put that $10,000 into something else, now it's $1,300. It's $1,400. And if you're doing that for every 10,000, well, if you go into a year and you have 10,000 that are all at least giving you some kind of return, you might have an extra 10, 15,000 strictly because of those investments. And if you get a good investment, then it's even more. But, even especially those girls, it kills me. Like the 22, 23-year-olds, man, they start doing a Roth IRA now. By the time they 40, they banking. Like straight up, like retirement already there. And that's the thing is that you guys, you never know. Like your monetizable ability is directly inverted to your health and your appearance. If you get in an accident, you hurt yourself, you hurt your back, you hurt your leg, you hurt your butt, you're screwed. There was a recent, unfortunately, there's a girl I've shot with that I'm friends with. She just got in a car accident out of Miami. And she's literally down for 6 months. That means no income. That means
no income unless you're resending old content or just revamping.
And so that means that's minimum income. That means no collabs, no shoots, no nothing. I know another dancer that I work with that's, my little co-host that isn't here today. She got hurt. She hurt her back. She was out of dancing for a year. She was screwed. Why? Because she couldn't dance for a year. Like it is 100% a never know what's going to happen type of deal. So if you don't save now, all these young ones, they think there's always gonna be money to be made. Yeah, there is money to be made until some shit happens. And, I'm a big person. I'm a long-term thinker. I'm always, and that's why I, when it comes to financial planning and all that kind of stuff, I'm really good because I'm always like, what's the next game? What's the next game? Every time I get money that comes in, whether it be photography, I own an apparel company. I own, like I said, I do the money management, all that. It doesn't matter. Anytime I have money coming in, I find a use for that money. How is that going to make me more money?
To flip it.
Immediately. Because it's like, I'm not going to let it sit. It will not sit. I have a tattoo that has been sitting here half done because I started photography right after I started that. And I'm like, everything has been going back into investing into now stuff for the podcast, now stuff for this. But those things make me more money. A tattoo doesn't make me more money. So I can't finish this because I need more money. Until unless I have a bunch of fucking money that's sitting around just sitting there, I will never touch this tattoo again because I want my money making money. Now, if I have enough money making money, now I'll come back and I'll mess with my tattoo. But until then, sorry, that's not a priority.
That's another reason why I jumped more into the porn because in December of last year, I went and I did a reality TV show and I broke my fingers fighting because unfortunately on reality TV, that's all they want to fucking see is girls beat the shit out of each other. And we did.
You start fighting? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Of all people was fighting. Yes, I actually was getting bullied because I was the smallest one on the show. Yeah. And it was a dating show, so we were competing for one guy. And this girl, I feel like she was 6'1". She was the tallest one in the house. She kept picking on me like every day. Like she called me a witch. She called me like anything she fucking could. So then like a couple of the other girls started fighting, right? And they're filming it. And like this girl, she just got done doing her confessional and she grabbed me by my throat the day before just to be funny, right? And I grabbed her by her throat back, but they were like, guys, stop. The cameras aren't rolling. Don't fight right now because we want to get it on film. And I'm like, damn, I didn't want to fight her to begin with because I didn't come here for that. Yeah. But once you're there, you realize I'm on reality TV. They want to get the clips. They need everything. And the violence, unfortunately, sells the most. Girls pulling each other's hairs out, doing the craziest shit. So anyways, there's a couple girls. They're fighting on the staircase, right? My friend was fighting these other girls. And I'm like, shit. The girl that I don't like is running towards the staircase. And she's like, I was like, dang, if I don't hit her, she's going to get in on my friend's fight. So I'm like, fuck. So I went fucking full Jackie Chan and I punched this girl as hard as I could. Broke 2 of my fingers on the first punch. So after that, I'm like, I feel kind of disabled. And it was just a mess. So long story short, I come home from these reality TV fights and I'm like, I tried to get on a stripper pole when I got home. I couldn't grab the fucking pole and I broke 4 fingers. So I'm just in the strip club like this and I'm like, boss, just send me home. Like, I'm fucking useless. So like you said, I should have saved more money because like now I only have to depend on the OnlyFans.
Well, and that's unfortunately though, is that a lot of girls don't realize they need to save money until it's too late.
Until my fingers are broken and I can't wrap them around a pole. And I'm like, oh.
But unfortunately though, until people have that oh shit moment, they don't realize what they need to change.
Yes.
You know, like everybody knows, oh, blah, blah, because it can't happen to me. It's not going to happen to me. And it's not going to happen to me. And then when it does, they're like, fuck. So like sometimes, like I said, I have friends and I have girls that I manage that, you know, again, they had to hit rock bottom to fucking learn.
That was it for me.
I should have been doing this shit. Like, I know he told me to, but I didn't. And that's a problem. Like, you give me 5 22-year-olds without kids, I will make those chicks so much fucking money, but you have to be able to put in the grind. You have to be able to go 2 years, don't buy stupid shit, limit the fucking partying. Not saying
and
don't
really
live your life.
Yeah.
Don't worry about, you know, don't worry about like, don't say you can't have fun, but you got to limit it. You can't be going out, buying bottles, spending this, you know, $100 Ubers, this and that, blah, 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 and just spending money like it's not going out of style because you need all that to build up the residual income. You need that to build up the properties and this and that because the thing about it is if you are a normal dancer or creator, when you don't work, you make zero money. If you have residual money or residual income, there's no 0 days. You don't have times where you're not making some money. You're going to make some money because you got money coming in. So when you take a day off, you still made some money. Right now, when you're just a dancer or just an OnlyFans creator,
it's a total loss.
If you don't work, you made zero money that day. And that's what they don't. That's the realization, and it sucks because it is. You know, 2 years doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. When it comes to dedication and actually hard work, 2 years is a lot. But if you can do that,
you're gonna win. If you just keep going, you're gonna
long
win.
term. You're set. Your life is going to be easy breezy. So it's work hard for 2 years and have an easy breezy life, or keep living day to day and be that 37-year-old still on the pole because she got to take care of her kids, she got to pay her rent,
and she couldn't figure anything else out.
Yeah. Because let's be honest, as a SW worker, at 37, 38, it's gonna be hard to pull in that prime real estate of that guy who got that money when he can go get himself the 25-year-old.
Yeah, he's can easily dance with a 25-year-old, 22-year-old. Yeah. So yeah, that's where my head is at right now. This is like my end game. Like this is the last SW work I'm going to be doing is this. And after that, it's going to be straight up. I'm walking into everything with a cardigan on and a little bag.
You going to hide those big ass titties? I'm
going to hide. I might even reduce them.
Whoa.
Maybe.
Now you're just getting crazy. That's
I know,
just crazy
right?
talk.
Now I'm being violent.
Ain't no one trying to hear that on this.
You're like, delete that clip. Delete that clip.
Ain't nobody reducing nothing.
Nothing.
All right. Bigger the better. But
yeah. Thanks for having me.
No, I'm glad you came by, and we're gonna head over to the convention now, and you know it'll be a good time. But I'm glad you came. It's been a good time. Come back to the show anytime. Like I said, I usually shoot at my studio, so you're more than welcome to come to the studio. And you know,
I'll bring a friend next time.
Yeah,
more the merrier.
Oh yeah, no, I always like having multiple people because like people like their stories start bouncing off each other and they kind of whatever. So I do like having multiple guests, but you were my first solo guest. So
Woo!
you get to be a first, and
Happy
yeah,
Exxxotica weekend.
yeah, and we'll go out and have some fun at Exotica and enjoy.
Come on, where all the freaks come out.
First, oh man, on some of those days, it is definitely a Walmart view. Like,
Like, who came in here? Why did they let you
there
out?
are some girls with zero shame in their fucking game. They out there with nothing on, and they
what's
haven't seen a
crazy?
treadmill. They haven't seen a treadmill since 1973
At all, ever. It's funny because I know Exxxotica had like a thing where like don't wear too much, don't be too exposed, because then you're taking away from the girls in the booths. But I don't know. Lately, I've been seeing goddamn near everything. Like the booties out, the titties out, and they're just a guest. So
I mean, I'm down for embrace. Go live your life, enjoy yourself. If you got the pride, fucking do it. I'm gonna be in a t-shirt and jeans.
you're like, I'm gonna be in the corner judging you, but
I'll be talking shit, but I got you.
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next time.